Hi everyone, JF Ratthé here. I want to talk to you today about how finding your passion is going to help you with your career, in your life, then how to become successful. See, I remember a few years ago when I was in I believe it was in grade 6. It was about 12 or so, and one of the games that we played as kids, where everything is possible, you remember that game where you had a box and then you divide it into little boxes inside, and it shows the top 3 cars you wanted to have, the top 3 locations where you want to live, the top 3 type of houses you want to have, and then the 3 girls that you wanted to marry. So I remember the first 3 was I want to have a Porsche, I want to have a Ferrari, I want to have a Range Rover. The next 3 was I want to live in New York City, I want to live in California, and for me it was Paris. I'm French. And then the next 3 was the type of houses. So I'd like to have a house on the beach, I'd like to have a condo in Manhattan, and maybe a castle, in wine country, for example. And then, the 3 girls that you had a crush on. See, we didn't settle back then. Remember that. Remember, we didn't settle for, I want to have a Ford Focus or I want to have a Nissan Sentra. You didn't settle for a 2-bedroom house, bungalow, with a finished basement. You didn't settle to live in the place where you live right there. You had bigger dreams. You didn't settle. What I'd like to know is, what happened between 5, 7, 10, 20 years ago where you had big dreams and you knew what you wanted to now, whatever your current situation is. If you're listening to this video, it's because you don't like what you're doing, you hate your job, or you want to make a change. It's obvious. 4 years ago for me, what happened was I hit that wall. I've been working in sales and marketing for about 12 years. I love sales, I like marketing, but I didn't like what I was selling. I was selling IT for a company back in Quebec. I was making good enough money, so money wasn't a problem. But I was just not fulfilled. I didn't like what I was selling. I didn't believe in what I was selling. And I knew there was something better. I knew I was going to be successful. I've known that for a long time. I've known that there was something else I was supposed to do. But I just settled. I was too comfortable in that bubble, that comfort zone. Everyone has a comfort zone. Everyone has that bubble where you're comfortable in. You've probably been in that bubble for the last 5, 7, 10 years. See, what happens is that you get into a job and you get good at it after a few years. Obviously, if you've been doing the same job for 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you're good at it. So you think you like it. Money is good. You get enough money for rent, enough money for your car payments, enough money to go out once in a while. So there's no real problems. But there's something missing. And it's probably been missing, and you've been thinking about it for a while. I know I was thinking about it for about 10 to 12 years. But life happens, and we settle for less. So what I want you to think about today is, are you happy with your current situation? Do you think you can make a change that will make you happier? It's not about where you are right now, it's about where you want to go. And it's not impossible. If it was possible when you were 12, if it was possible when you were 16, if it was possible when you were 20, before life happened, it is possible today. It might be harder, but it's possible. And there's steps to take. I found 3 steps that helped me find my passion. Then I followed the 3 steps to find my ideal job. And then I followed 3 more steps to become successful. Today, I love my job. And loving my job is not just a 30 or 40-hour thing while I'm at work. Loving my job means that I don't go back home stressed. I don't go back home thinking, oh man, what a day, it was awful. I don't hate Sundays anymore. I love my job every single day of the week. So money is better, my life is better. So what I invite you to do is to keep watching videos in the future, and I'll teach you how to find your passion, how to find your ideal job, and how to become successful. Listen, if you're ready for a change, if you know whatever you're doing right now is not what you should be doing, now is the time to make a change. I want to leave you on a quote from Zig Ziglar, which I really love. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. I'll say it again. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Stop selling for less. Talk to you soon.